The lights of the MGM Grand glow like a living heartbeat as thousands of voices merge into one restless wave, anticipating a chess match disguised as a fight. Tonight, Canelo Alvarez walks into Las Vegas as a young powerhouse, a rising Mexican superstar with 43 victories and momentum carved by fire. Across from him stands Erislandy Lara, the Cuban southpaw master, slick, elusive, a ghost with gloves who dances through danger and punishes mistakes with surgical coldness. The air trembles as the announcer's voice rises, introducing Lara first. The American dream, the man who escaped Cuba, a fighter who built a legend on precision, angles, and a refusal to stand still. Then the arena explodes as Canelo's name roars through the speakers, black and yellow trunks glistening under the lights. The crowd surges, fists in the air, sensing the magnitude of this moment. Two worlds collide tonight: movement versus pressure, finesse versus power, strategy versus instinct. And as both men meet in the center of the ring for final instructions, the stare they exchange says everything. There is no fear here, only purpose. When the bell rings for round one, the energy of the arena tightens like a drawn bowstring. Lara begins exactly as expected, gliding, measuring, refusing to be predictable. Canelo, arms tight, eyes burning, marches forward, trying to cut the ring as the Cuban pivots smooth as water. The tension is immediate, thick, electric. The first rounds unfold like a battle of wits rather than brute force. Lara flicks his jab, stepping diagonally, forcing Canelo to chase shadows. Every time Canelo steps in, Lara angles away, leaving him swinging at air. But Canelo, patient, refuses to be discouraged. He stalks, pressures, tests the perimeter like a hunter studying prey. The crowd murmurs with each sharp left from Lara, gasps when Canelo answers with a thudding hook to the ribs. Lara's punches are clean, crisp, establishing dominance on the outside. Canelo's are heavier, slower, but more punishing when they land. Each man is investing in a future moment, a breakthrough not yet found. By round two, the pattern sharpens. Canelo closes the distance and clips Lara with a right hand that sends him stumbling. Not hurt, but off balance, reminding the Cuban that power can erase distance. Lara fires back instantly with a straight left, snapping Canelo's head slightly, reclaiming control. Their exchanges are brief, tactical, like two grandmasters, trading single moves. Lara's footwork is mesmerizing, his timing immaculate. Canelo's bodywork is menacing, thudding through the arena like distant thunder. Every second is a study in contrast, and every fan feels the razor-thin margin between the fighters. No one has pulled ahead, not clearly, not yet. By the third and fourth rounds, Canelo begins investing heavily in the body, ripping hooks into Lara's narrow midsection with violent intention. Each shot draws a reaction, a grimace, a subtle stiffening of Lara's posture. A microsecond longer before he resets. He is still elusive, still sharp, still countering, but Canelo's relentless march begins tightening the noose. Lara dances, circles, pivots, sometimes showboats with a small gesture as if unfazed, but those body shots tell their own story. Canelo's gloves thud against ribs like sledgehammers cracking through armor. Lara still lands the cleaner headshots, slicing Canelo's advances with precision lefts, but every exchange now ends with Canelo digging to the body. The momentum is not shifting dramatically. It is shifting quietly, subtly, like a tide rising without notice. Round four becomes a war of wills. Canelo steps in deeper, punches with more authority, while Lara tries to maintain purity in his movement, refusing to allow the fight to become messy. The crowd senses danger each time Canelo corners him. Lara senses danger each time he lingers too long. Both men are thinking multiple moves ahead while absorbing the consequences of every choice. A fight like this is not about who is stronger. It's about who can remain who they are under pressure. As the middle rounds begin, 5 and 6, the tension heightens. Canelo starts landing not just single body shots, but combinations, hook, hook, uppercut, forcing Lara to escape rather than reset. The Cuban's footwork is still brilliant, but the distances grow tighter. His exits more hurried. His punches remain sharp, snapping Canelo's head back here and there. But they come less frequently now. Canelo's pressure is suffocating, not wild, not reckless, but methodical. A stalk, a step, a cut, another step. Lara's legs, elite as they are, begin to show the faintest signs of wear. Meanwhile, Canelo is steady, refusing to fade, as critics long predicted he would. The fifth round belongs to Canelo in the eyes of many. The body attack is simply too punishing. But the sixth sees Lara rally late, landing crisp combinations in the final minute that remind everyone he is far from done. When the bell rings, both corners speak urgently, sensing momentum teetering on a knife's edge. It is still anyone's fight, but the air now feels heavier. Each man understands the stakes with brutal clarity. Round 7 cracks open with intensity. Canelo comes forward with renewed aggression, landing heavy shots that draw a small cut on Lara's face. The sight of blood sends a ripple through the crowd. Lara remains composed, countering, slipping, blocking, but his rhythm is pressured, compressed, reshaped by Canelo's determination. The Mexican star is fighting slightly out of his comfort zone, but doing it well, forcing exchanges, tracking movement, punching through the guard. Lara still lands beautiful straight lefts, still dances, but he cannot dictate the pace as easily now. Both men have big moments this round, but Canelo's shots carry more weight, more impact, more reaction from the arena. The seventh is symbolic, a moment where the tide seems to lean toward power rather than finesse. Round 8 continues that theme. Canelo's confidence swells. His forward march is stronger, his defense tighter, his timing sharper. Lara, while still evasive, throws fewer punches, picks fewer spots. The fight has shifted into a contest of endurance and resolve. Canelo is walking Lara down now, with the calm certainty of a man who believes he has broken the code. Lara still lands clean counters, but they no longer disrupt Canelo. They merely stall him. And stalling is not winning. By round 9, the debate intensifies in the arena and among commentators. Some believe Lara's clean punches win rounds. Others argue Canelo's body attack and pressure are far more meaningful under professional scoring. The ninth becomes a war of perspectives as much as punches. Lara lands sharp straight lefts with beautiful timing. Canelo smashes the ribs with hooks that echo. Both claim moments, but Canelo's consistency feels heavier. Lara finds success when he plants his feet briefly, firing quick 1-2 combinations. But those moments are fleeting. He must move or be punished. Canelo seems energized, pushing the pace, refusing to allow Lara to dictate rhythm. The crowd reacts to every forward surge, sensing that the Mexican fighter might be creating separation. Still, Lara remains dangerous, capable of stealing rounds with precision. When the bell rings, neither fighter celebrates. They both know the truth. This is still a razor-tight fight, one defined by style rather than dominance. And with 3 rounds left, everything matters. Round 10 begins with urgency on both sides. Lara stands his ground more often, throwing combinations to re-establish authority. But Canelo absorbs and returns fire with brutal body hooks. The Cuban's legs still move, but not with the same effortless glide that defined earlier rounds. His pivots are tighter, his direction changes more deliberate. Canelo, meanwhile, grows stronger, more sure of himself. His pressure is no longer cautious, it is assertive, relentless. He digs to the body with near-cruel intention, forcing Lara into repeated resets. The 10th becomes a statement round for Canelo, whose confidence consumes the ring like a flame feeding on oxygen. Round 11 sees Lara trying desperately to reclaim tempo. He flicks the jab, fires straight lefts, tries to disrupt Canelo's progression, but the Mexican star keeps pushing, cutting space with educated footwork. The exchanges become more emotional, more symbolic. One man trying to prove skill, the other will. Lara lands clean flashes, Canelo answers with thuds to the ribs and hips that shake the challenger's frame. The scorecards are a mystery, but momentum is not. The 11th ends with both men breathing hard, knowing they are minutes from judgment. The 12th round begins with both fighters meeting center ring, touching gloves out of respect and acknowledgement of the battle they've endured. Canelo surges forward immediately, determined to leave no doubt, digging again to the body, while Lara fires counters in straight lines. The crowd roars as both men trade moments. Canelo the aggressor, Lara the sharpshooter. Lara lands beautiful, clean shots, but Canelo responds by punishing the midsection again and again, draining the Cuban's resistance. The final minute becomes a test of bravery. Lara, fatigued yet proud, refuses to fold. Canelo, fueled by the urgency of closing strong, refuses to slow. Their styles clash in the center of the ring, movement against pressure, precision against power, until the final bell cuts through the chaos. When they return to their corners, neither man is certain of the outcome. The crowd buzzes, commentators debate, fans argue. This was not a war of brutality. It was a war of philosophy. And both philosophies demanded respect. When the scorecards are read, the arena holds its breath. A split decision. One judge sees it for Lara, the next for Canelo. The foed, wide, secures victory for the Mexican star. The crowd erupts as Canelo Alvarez is declared the winner, raising his gloves as thousands roar. Lara shakes his head but accepts the result with dignity, knowing he fought his fight, his way, at the highest level. Controversy swirls, arguments ignite, but one truth stands clear. This was a duel between two masters of their craft, each forcing the other to reveal something deeper, about strategy, about resilience, about identity inside the ring. For Canelo, it becomes a defining victory in his rise. For Lara, it becomes a testament to skill and courage. And for the fans, it remains one of the most polarizing, fascinating chess matches ever fought under the bright lights of Las Vegas.